Recording in progress.
Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba. We're continuing in Mishna Berura Daf Hashavua. We're learning Siman Nun Gimel. We're up to Sif Yud Aleph. And we're discussing the criteria of being a Chazan, Shleps Tzibur. Says in Mechaber, Shleps Tzibur Shemarach B'Tfilasei Kedei Sheyishmu Kalei Arev. We all know people like this. The Shleps Tzibur, he davens a bit longer, so that people should hear his melodious voice. If what he's thinking is, I'm so happy, I'm grateful to the Almighty for giving me such a sweet voice, and that's why he's doing it, great, he should be blessed. Provided that he davens with seriousness, and he stands with fear and awe. But if his intent is, everyone needs to hear my voice, and take honor from it, hareza maguna, it's degraded. Whatever reason the guy is being marech, whether he may have good intentions, it's a bad thing. It's a tircha de tzibura. It's not right to matrech the tzibur. People have places to go, things to do, and they don't have time to hear the Chazan gurgle. It's not on the schedule. They wanted to hear the Chazan gurgle, they would personally hire him, bring him to their house, but they didn't do that. So basically they're in prison. Don't do that to people. Says Mishna Berura, someone who has a sweet voice. Someone who has a sweet voice. Yeranin LaKadosh Baruch Hu should sing to Hashem v'lo sharin anais, not other types of songs, but he should sing to Hashem. V'im rakak, if he spits, yikaneach piv, he should first wipe his mouth, v'achar kach yispalel, and then pray, but he should not have the spittle on his mouth. Meguna, Yisrael b'sefer Chasidim, b'shash Rabbi Shimon Gamliel yatsa ledin. When Shimon Gamliel was taken out to be executed, lehareg, leidin lehareg, Amar Rabbi Shmuel Kohen Gadol. He said to Shmuel Kohen Gadol, Achim ne'ema ani yotze lehareg. Why am I being taken out to be killed like a criminal? Amar Lai Shema Hayisa Doiresh Barabim. Maybe you were expounding in the tzibor. Maybe you were darshaning publicly. V'samach libcha. And your heart rejoiced, and you were nana from words of Torah. Amar loy achi nichamtani, said, my brother, you've consoled me. Maybe one time you were feeling personal pleasure. Now, if we can, would you say, because the Mishna Berura is clearly making a comparison between a Shleps Tzibur and someone who's being Doresh Barabim. The Mechaber said that someone who is davening for the tzibur and he is marech, if it's because he's sameach belibai, he's noisein hoidala kadosh baruch hu b'neima. In other words, I just want to clarify what the Mechaber means. I didn't say it correctly. Meaning, if the person is marech because he's sameach belibai, because he's giving hoidah to Hashem with sweetness of voice, not he's thanking Hashem, oh, I'm very grateful to you that you gave me a sweet voice. That's his way of praising Hashem. He's praising Hashem with sweetness of voice. So that's Tavei ala bracha. So let's say somebody's speaking barabim. So if his thought is, wow, I'm an eminent speaker, then that's not correct. That's what we see from the Sefer Chasidim. But if the kavana is, this is his way of being marbitz Torah, or let's say this is a way of being mekadeshim shamayim, then l'chayra the mechaber applies tavei ala bracha, but not that a person could think, well, ashrei ani, that I have this ability, whether it's a chazan, whether it's a doiresh, or whatever it is. But it seems like it's a worthy kavana if you're sameach belibai v'noisein haidal Hashem. But if it's mechavin lashmiya koiloi, that's the problem. Fine. Sivkat lamed vav. It's not good to be marach. Kasav yam shasham siman nun. Asur laharach shloi b'tzana kol fi b'shas yomtiv. If the tzibur doesn't want, you're not allowed to be marach against their will. Va'af b'tzana kol yosem midai maguna. Even if the tzibur is okay with it, they give mechila. It's not nice if it's if it's excessive. The Dirshu brings from Shas Chivas Ri Megashim and Kuf Pei that a Shliach Tzibur in his Tfilas Lachash should not be Marech, not to be Matriach the Tzibur. What if it's your minion and the Tzibur, they come to you and they know this is the deal, he davens long, that's okay. Fine. By the way, the Dirshu points out, what about a Sheikh Tzibur that repeats words? So I'll tell you something interesting. You know, back in the day, the Chazanim had, Hashava. So in the Igros Moshe, the Shoyel to the Igros Moshe was my great-grandfather. Because he did not like when Chazanim repeated words. I think it grated on him. So he's the one who sent Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Glick. He sent the Shaila to Rabbi Moshe. It's in the Igros Moshe. Okay. Weiter. Now, when the Chazan is gurgling, which chelek is it? It's not the Chatzi Lachem. Nobody likes it. It's not the Chatzi Lashem. God doesn't like it either. So, it doesn't belong. Kasav Shar Knesek Dabashim Chus Mari Bruna. Sheikh Tzibor Shenifsal Koilai. Sheikh Tzibor, his voice is raspy. His voice is somewhat ruined. Im Nishma Kilu Humarates Veshavor Pasal. If it sounds like it's slightly broken, it's disqualified. Oid Kasav Im Shnei Chazanim Shavim. If you have two equal chazanim, koyin koydem leLevi. Isn't that interesting? You give kedima to a koyin. Levi liYisrael. Talmid chacham koydem la'am haaretz. Afilu hu koyin v'kol shekain Levi. Talmid chacham comes before an am haaretz, even if he's a koyin and certainly a Levi. Now it's interesting. I wouldn't have said a Levi comes before a Yisrael. Possibly. I mean, isn't the din that a Levi has precedence when there's a Kayin? But if there's no Kayin, but apparently that's only by Aliyos, we say Nisparda HaChavila. But Legabe, say davening for the Tzibur or other Kibudim, when there's no Kayin, we don't say Nisparda HaChavila. It sounds like a Levi has precedence. Okay, let's read the Mechaber on Yud Beis. Ein memanin mishakoire la'alfin ayin ula'ayin alfin. We do not appoint someone who reads an aleph as an ayin and an ayin as an aleph. Now, most people today do not pronounce an aleph and an ayin differently. In fact, I would humbly assert, ein memanin mishakoire la'alef aleph ula'ayin ayin, because most people who try to make the ayin sound like an ayin, nice try, but maybe tomorrow we'll discuss, is there any legitimate way? Let's say when you say Shema, here, by every other thing, the guy says ayin and aleph, they say, oh, so Shema, Shema. Okay, they put on this funny voice. I don't think, making an ayin sound means impersonating some guy that you once heard their voice. Not sure. I don't have a clear tradition how to say an ayin. We'll see, Be'ezus Hashem. Yeah? Hatzlacha. She'ena roiva mavchina b'zeh. Okay. Okay, we'll pick it up here tomorrow.